Today, Capcom did a very in-depth live stream for Street Fighter 6, displaying new game modes, new combos, new characters, and honestly, it was incredibly hyped. But the focus of this presentation was mostly about World Tour. Definitely the most exciting aspect, but also the most confusing part of Street Fighter 6 is this role-playing game sub-mode, where we make a custom character and actually get to wander around the streets beating a bunch of people up and leveling up. Well, in order to explain this, they actually released a Street Fighter 6 demo where you can try it for yourself, and I just finished it, and I want to talk about it because it's so fun. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, this demo is pretty good overall. Let's discuss the one technical detail that's probably going to jump out at you. This is a demo. The game doesn't come out for a couple months. The frame rate is a bit wonky. I record stuff at 60 frames a second. I upload gameplay at 60 frames a second. It seems like the backgrounds are running at a clean, crisp 60 FPS. Some of the characters seem to be running at like 45 frames a second, which obviously looks a bit strange. But moving past that, what is this demo? So you get a chance to create your own custom character. I decided to make this Freakazoid character with big old biceps the size of New Jersey, of course purple hair, and his name is Subscribe. Now, this is sort of a tutorial to sort of get you introduced to the new ideas of World Tour mode. It sounds like this is going to be broken into separate chapters that have us learning how to fight against and fight with each of the different main characters. You know, a chapter dedicated to Luke, a chapter dedicated to Chun-Li, a chapter dedicated to Akuma and stuff like that. Basically getting you acclimated to how do you fight Ryu? How do you fight as Ken? Now, this demo actually introduces a completely new addition, which is modern controls. So in classic Street Fighter, whenever you picked up the controller, obviously you had high attack, mid attack, low attack. You know, we're all pretty used to that, pretty acclimated to it. Well, now with the modern controls, instead you have special attack, strong attack, and fast attack. Now, when I first heard this, it was a bit strange, but it's actually impressive how accessible this is. Literally within seconds of watching the tutorial, I was pulling off combos, I was trying to counter, I was jumping over people and guessing their attacks. And part of this comes down to the fact that the trigger buttons do something very strange. If you tap L2, you'll grab your opponent. But if you hold R2 while pressing the modern control buttons, you will do an auto combo. It will actually time the hits to make sure you're doing the proper mix of highs and lows to keep somebody just keep taking damage. Now, some people are very against the idea of auto combos in any fighting game, but let's face it, the biggest problem with the fighting industry right now is that it's very difficult for new people to get engaged. If somebody buys Street Fighter 6 day one, it's their first fighting game ever, it kind of sucks to jump online and immediately have huge mommies trying to choke you out with their thighs. I mean, that does sound fantastic. Call me mommies. But the problem is that it makes it where it's difficult to actually learn these games when you're having your teeth smashed out on the pavement 60 rounds in a row. I do think concepts like auto combo and World Tour are good to get people sort of acclimated, comfortable, and confident enough to actually practice up. Now, this is something that's interesting to me because they actually say that in the game itself. Like in World Tour, during this demo, you're training under the tutelage of Luke, and he talks about the fact that this is to build your confidence. This is to level you up. Now, in this city, what's most silly about it is this is an entire town of pit fighters. Every person walking down the street, selling pizza, random pastors, you can challenge them to a fight. And it's kind of cool to just get experience points to level up, to earn some cash, and pound some people. Of course, because everybody is in totally different fighting styles. It's interesting that you could run into people that are going to be drunken masters or low fighters and stuff like that, and you have no idea because they just look like random people. Now, this demo is only like 30 minutes long. It's not super in-depth, and you don't really get a chance to experience what I'm the most curious about. In a lot of the cutscenes, there's these hints as to weird people with boxes on their head, like a box gang, and apparently we're going to fight them like in big old packs. I want to see that. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of curious about how absurd this is going to get. I mean, Street Fighter has some very weird storylines. I mean, there's green dudes who shoot electricity and M. Bison flying around as a general who actually has magic powers. The absurdity of Street Fighter is part of the fun of it. I hope that that weirdness seeps into World Tour mode. But as a first impression, I'm definitely engaged. Of course, I want this for the online. Of course, I want this for arcade mode. Of course, I want this just to pop some trophies. But after playing this, I gotta say, weirdly enough, I am now most excited to beat this. I am actually extremely hyped to get Street Fighter 6 just to figure this out, to stomp some faces, to actually try and level up my particular character and make Subscribe king of this city, and then take him online and actually battle against other people in online matches. This was a very good demo. It's free. It's on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 right now. I believe they said it's going to come out next week on other consoles, but even as it stands, Capcom, you guys are absolutely killing it. The way these people are marketing this game, it's genius. They know exactly what they're doing. Street Fighter 6 is going to freaking dominate. And now, after this demo, I'm counting the days until it drops. But what do you guys think? Is this the game you hoped it would be? Did you make a horrible abomination like I did? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. Man, very cool. Very cool indeed. I like shadow drops. They're exciting. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.